Hey YouTube, it's Michelle. Today I wanted to talk about superhuman strength during an eating disorder. One thing that I've noticed, like when I was struggling in the depths of my eating disorder, was that I felt like I had this sense of like accomplishment that nothing was impossible. I felt like I was superwoman and that I could take anything that came my way. So, example, if somebody said, "Oh, like Michelle, can you help me with this project?" or "I really need you to do this right now. Can you run out and do this?" It's like yes, I would always say yes because I felt like even if I was gone from school to work to having all this homework to do, I still had all this like extra time that I could do spare things with. And so basically, I thought that I could take on so much. And basically, by trying to take on so much, I was just tiring myself out because I the things I was doing I could not fit in a 24-hour day. And it feels like when you have an eating disorder, you're focusing on like the glamour side. And so you start like whatever your eating disorder habits are, you're being engaged in them, and you just feel like the sense of like accomplishment and like you can take on anything. And I felt that too. I felt like I could do anything. I felt that if I wanted to, I could work out before school. I felt that I had the strength to work out twice before school and then later in the day too. Like all this stuff like that that's just like telling me that I had more strength than I thought I did. And one thing that actually really fascinates me about superhuman strength is so you start with your eating disorder and you start having these ideas that, oh, I'll be like super strong, I'll be perfect all the time, like I won't be tired or anything, like nothing will be too overwhelming or stressful. And then when you get like into your eating disorder farther and farther, you get to a point where you just can't do anything. For some people, you can't even get out of bed because it's so much effort and you can't do that. For me personally, it was like everything I tried accomplishing wasn't working out. I was trying to study more, but I couldn't focus on what I was studying. So I would spend like 2 hours studying and not be able to tell you what I just read because my mind was not there. And so the like this superficial strength that comes with developing an eating disorder is basically just fake because you can't get all the superhuman strength and like take on everything. It's like no, we are humans, we're imperfect. Although sometimes I like to tell myself I am perfect, but or I can achieve perfection. But basically, because we're humans, we can't do everything. There will come a point where we need to just stop and say, look, like, I'm sorry, I can't do that. Which is really, it takes time to understand who you are as a person. And the problem with figuring that out during an eating disorder is you don't know who you are. For me, one thing that, like, I was thinking about of what I've lost to my eating disorder was myself because I don't feel connected to myself. I don't understand myself sometimes why I do different things. And so it's like it takes that connection away. And just you start out with an eating disorder and you think, this is going to be so glamorous and stuff. And of course, everyone who has an eating disorder knows, even those who don't, but everyone knows of the Pro Anna and Pro Mia communities. And they're, for those of you who don't know, they're sites that are saying, yes, engage in your eating disorders because it's a lifestyle choice, not a disease. But by engaging in your eating disorder, you're not allowing yourself to have the actual strength that you would to do different functions. And so for a brief period of time, you get this feeling that you can do anything you want. And then after that, it's like you can't do anything. And so it really was scary to me because when I reached that point where I couldn't do anything and I wanted to do so much, but it just was driving me insane to try and do all these different things. I basically had to understand that I was not controlling my life. I wasn't controlling how my strength was being used. I wasn't controlling really anything. Basically, this idea of the superhuman strength, I was like, oh, I'll just go for it and then everything will fall into place. But it didn't. It got worse and worse. until I was basically at my personal rock bottom. And the thing that I want to say, really, the reason I'm making this video is because for those of people who might be watching this video and thinking like, oh, superhuman strength, that sounds like such a great thing. Like, I'd love to have that, like, and be able to do all this stuff. It's so not worth it because it's not true. It's superficial, and it goes away. And so, for me personally, now I've been working through recovery to understand what like real strength is, and understanding the difference between the superficial strength that my eating disorder promised me, and then on the other hand, the strength that recovery offers me in knowing that I can be who I want to be, and um, basically live my life in control of it and being strong enough to defend myself against my eating disorder. Um, yeah, so basically that's all I wanted to say for this video, guys. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.